Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. This is Madden 18 on EA Sports. Today's matchup features two teams looking for a win. It's the Ravens coming in at 3-3, going up against the Redskins, who come in at 1-4. With that, let's welcome in our fine broadcast team. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So here come the Ravens now, ready to get the football for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback. They run with a fifth-round man, Paul Perkins. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. A gain of 3, second down. This offense can be flashy at times, and a big reason for that is Perryman.
I like the way you use the word big, because that's exactly what Brashad Perryman is. A big receiver with a ton of speed. Runs so well, yet that strength downfield really confounds defensive backs. Is it okay if I tell you I played against his dad in college?
Well, I'm just impressed that you worked confounds into the broadcast.
I'm impressed I'm still alive because I played against his dad in college.
He'll look to throw. Got a man. It's Brashad Perryman. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Ryan Anderson able to get in and run him down for a loss of 14. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
On play action, they'll throw. Looking deep downfield. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down. And the big meat on the D-line, we'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion.
Let's go!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Are we on the same page here, partner? Because I think they have the right idea. Just take what you can get on third and forever.
Yeah, in real life, I'd say yes. It's just these video games are tempting. You want to go downfield with it.
I like the way you've evolved.
Yeah.
You know, you've learned how to play it the Madden way.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. That's taken on the 25. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. So out comes the Redskins offense now onto the field. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 3 down.
Now let's go. Check. Green, 3 over. All right, here we go.
Again, it's Mixon. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
So it'll be 1st down here after the run.
Watch the screen.
Here we go now. Blue 90. All right, now look at 56.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now the first carry for Matt Jones. And he's brought down. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only they're controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon.
Watch tight end. Tight right.
Here we go now. Green 39.
Time running out here on the play clock. Looking to throw. Sparks over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Now let's go. 3-19. Good. All right, now look at 56. Lucky.
Now Mixon. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Face mask. Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So the chains are on their sides. It's 1st and goal from the 6.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Back to throw. Sparks. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal. And here are the Raven defensive starters.
Eric Weddle had a really impressive 2016 with the Baltimore Ravens. Still showed his ability to range deep in the secondary, as well as drop down in the box against the run. Rewarded with his 4th Pro Bowl after the season.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. To throw on second down. Sparks. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
Just drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
It's good, and the Redskins take a 7-0 lead. A drive that time of 6 plays, and the result, a touchdown for Washington. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Kill.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be knocked down sideways. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 3 catches, 54 yards.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
Hurry up, here we go.
Here's Perkins on first down. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Around the NFL, an update from a game going on down in Tampa. Early on, it's the Vikings in the driver's seat. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They go play action here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Zach Brown. In from his linebacker's spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Single.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Staying on his feet, and some strong running. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. And this passing game, his whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Hurry up, here we go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
He's got room to run past the 20. And he's brought down after a good gain. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards.
Okay, every now and then, my defensive bias will leak out here. Abysmal play for them. You've got them backed up, and you let them out.
Couldn't take advantage. And you know who's happy? The punter. Because if he was needed, they gave him a lot of space to work with now.
Yeah, because he would have had a lot to think about, right? Don't step over the back line and give him a safety. Now he's got room if he needed it.
Hey, you got 3.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
And before they can... Get settled in here. Time expires on the first quarter of action. It's the Redskins that have the early lead. We're back to Baltimore after this. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Tight end right. We got 3, fellas.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
Hey, watch Sam.
All right, now look at 56.
To throw on 3rd down. Sparks. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
That's a 1st down if he holds on, but you saw the contact, able to jar it free from him and force a 4th down.
Great play defensively there, as you said, just to knock it free, because if he had caught that, past the sticks, 1st down. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
And this is their third drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a second drive, no first down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
The drive starts with a run by Perkins. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit them over the top.
Here we go now. 319. 319.
They go with Perkins again. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Watch that end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Now let's go. 319.
You got three down.
Looking to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A great return there of 22 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
This is complete to Watkins on the slant. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
They'll run here with Mixon. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Yeah, baby. Boom.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Watch tight. Watch tight. Tight end right. Tight end right.
All right, here we go. 319.
On first down, Sparks nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Justin Houston from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Let's go. 319.
Looking to throw on second down. Sparks. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Brooks. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Mixon hit, and the ball is out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up.
Four down. 3-19.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A dump off to the flat for Perkins. A very solid gain of 27.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Two times. Set. Blue 90. Blue 90. Alert.
A handoff to Perkins. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. So 2nd down, 3 yards to go now. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Larry Ridley will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. They'll look to throw. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. They've gone to the second quarter in Buffalo. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. On 1st and 10, Sparks. And this one's incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Man left, man left. Hey.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Throwing again. Sparks. And some space. And, oh, he coughed it up.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Around the NFL, second quarter in Atlanta. An early lead in that game for the Falcons. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit.
All right, here we go.
Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff?
Yeah.
Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here?
Watch tight. Tight is right. Watch tight. Tight is right.
Let's go. Green.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
Tight right. Tight right.
Detroit. Blue 90.
Hey, 4 down.
Blue 90.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
Tight right. Tight right. We got 4.
Now let's go. Blue.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Around the NFL, second quarter in Atlanta. And it's the NFC champs, the Falcons, that have moved out to an early advantage. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. And tough starting field position here.
Hey, watch the right. Watch the right. Nice, sweetheart.
Here we go. Over. Gone.
The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Redskins who have the lead here. As we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Ravens trail at home at halftime. The Redskins will want to come out after the half and really put the pressure on from the start. All right, let's roll those moving pictures.
Okay, so Larry apparently giving us the silent treatment all of a sudden, and we're going to skip ahead to quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 12 yards on that one. It earns them a fresh set of downs.
Well, that's the desired outcome coming out here in the second half of being able to run the football and establish a little bit of pace and maybe even a bit of dominance at the line of scrimmage. And they want that to continue. Way too early to think about this being ball control time. But the way they're running it, you got to think they may want to continue that and see if they can go ahead and grind their opponents into submission.
And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Off the play fake. Sparks. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Throwing on first down. Sparks. Over the middle, complete. That's Brooks. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And they try the sweep to Jones. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Looking to throw. Sparks got his man complete over the middle. That's Brooks. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Give him 3 on first down, It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
3-19! 3-19!
To throw on 2nd down. Sparks. And that is incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7.
All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19!
Operating from the gun. Sparks. Out to the left here to Reed. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Now, this will be the 9th play on this drive.
Set! Green, 39! Green!
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on.
All right, here we go. Green, 39! Green, 39! Over!
On 2nd down, Johnson able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The Redskins on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Play clock winding down. Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive.
All right, here we go. Green, 39! Green, 39!
Back to throw. Sparks. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. Looking around the league. Raymond James Stadium. They're in the third quarter in Tampa, and the Buccaneers have just extended their lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. So they get 3. They were hoping for 6, an unlucky number 13 play drive.
Well, you go to the sideline after putting 3 points on the board, happy, but you wanted to be ecstatic. You wanted to have 6 on the board. On the opposite sideline, though, the defense, I think they're high-fiving each other, only giving up 3 after letting them run that much offense.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically, but a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're march off another 15 against your squad.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Tight end's Ringo. Tight end's on the Ringo. Tight end's on the Ringo.
Leopard!
On the give, it's Perkins. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Baby! Get him, boy! Get him, boy!
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Tight end right. Tight end right. Everyone's got
Now let's get it up, Philly! Look at it!
Again, they go to Perkins. And he's brought down. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here.
Hang on now! 3-19! 3-19!
Now Perkins, and he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
Looking around the league from Raymond James Stadium, they're in the third quarter in Tampa. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And he's got this one down to the 10. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
Inside the red zone, and that means don't come away from there with anything less than 3 points, but everyone's thinking about 6. They're trying to get to the end zone. They decide to run a toss. Big people up front being mobile and moving, and a running back trying to follow behind them to find yardage, and that's exactly what he did.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. A decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they do inch a bit closer.
Yeah, still lots of time to go in this one. Take the points, move on, and let your defense try to get the ball back.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Double tight, double tight. 3 down, 3 down. All right, here we go. 3, 19.
On first down, Sparks dances by him. Oh, and now he bowls him over. So it's a quarter that saw these two teams trade field goals here as we've reached the end of 3. Back now in Baltimore. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter.
Tight ends on the loosey. Tight ends on the loosey. Tight ends on the loosey. All right, here we go. Blue, 90.
Looking to throw on second down. Sparks. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. 23 yards on the play. Well, I'm sure he likes this performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the fourth quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week, but maybe the matchup is just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see, and other courses, as soon as they tee it up, they know they have no shot. Maybe that's the difference for him. Last week, no. This week, a big yes.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
He sets up the screen to Jones. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down.
Double tight. 3 down, 3 down.
Detroit!
All right, here we go.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Blue, down. Gone.
Mixon. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Green 39. Green 39. Watching Black 99 Philly. Here we go.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. Down to about the 22 here. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. So the solid run on first, and I would imagine no real hurry to run that second down play.
No, it's all in your quarterback now. He's going to keep an eye on the play clock and bleed things down, and he's not going to let the ball be snapped until it's inside 3 seconds left on the play clock. Unless, of course, you're playing a video game, you're trying to run it up on your friend.
Nice touch. Cold-blooded, too.
All right, now, lucky 56.
Again, it's Johnson. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to face a third down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring it up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. From the gun on third down. Sparks. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And Parkey's kick is good. And that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And the Ravens taking the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll set up a throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 7.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Hey. 4 down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to go backward. They get him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
They're on to the 4th quarter now, by the way, at Bank of America Stadium in Carolina. 12 yards on the return that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. And the Panthers have scored to extend their lead. A victory there would mean they're 6th on the year. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Now a handoff. Johnson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
As to you said big 3rd down, I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
Watch it now, here we go.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
All right, here we go.
Now they run with Mixon, and not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down.
I got him. Woo! You got him. You got him. You got him.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll look to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on first. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
He'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Now let's go. Blue 90.
He's back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A really nice gain of 25 yards. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Back to throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
Back to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place. As they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. The Ravens on third down. It's been a problem, just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now back to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down. They'll look to throw here. And he will find his man on the outside. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Wide open receiver complete. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down. First down now, but the clock continues to move. They'll drop to throw. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. The Ravens moving quickly here as the clock runs. Back to throw here. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Back to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Tight end's Ringo. Tight end's on the Ringo. Tight end's on the Ringo.
play action. They'll throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And now they're an extra point away from winning this thing in the final seconds. They got the dramatic score to tie the game here late fourth quarter. Now all eyes resting on the foot of one man.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Your brother called me before the game. That's his guy in fantasy. He needs this one badly.
So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking two plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
On 1st and 10, Sparks. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Ten yards still left on 2nd down.
Roger. We ain't giving up nothing. Here we go now. Blue 90.
To throw again. Sparks. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the longtime Charger, Eric Weddle. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play.